Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Delphine and in today's video we are going to have a look together at my Hermès scarf collection. I will also show you the few twillies I have and yeah, let's get started. So as you might probably know, the scarves come in this kind of orange boxes with a bit silk paper inside, whereas the twilly come in these little round boxes which are empty inside and have this to close them. This is part of the box. These boxes, they also come with one around, but it's not part of the box, so once you open it, it will just go away. As you can see, I've put a little etiquette there. This is normally not part of it. It's the etiquette which is on the scarves or inside the box when you buy the scarves. And because I started having quite a lot of them, I put the etiquette with the name of the scarf written here, so that I will not have every time to open each of the box to look at which scarf is inside. Now I have a new system. I will tell you more about it at the end of the video, because yeah, this is first and foremost about the scarves themselves. So I decided to go by chronological order because, well, I had to find some sort of system. And the first one I got is this one. Up. Let me show it to you in the right direction. I will also put pictures here because obviously it's hard to show it completely to you on the screen, and it's nice to see the whole design of it. And so it's called Les Folies du Ciel, which means the sky craziness, and it's by Loïc Dubijon. And yeah, the name is very fitting because it does represent all the human invention through centuries. You also every time have the year, for example, of here or here, in which this was invented, and yeah, all the inventions to conquer the sky and fly made by humanity. And yeah, I just love the theme. It spoke to my heart, and this color, this bright red, is a color I love, that I find normally suits me quite well. I'm going to show it to you a bit like folded. Tip, generally speaking, whatever the scarf, whether Hermès or any other brand, always look at it folded before you buy it, because they can look very different, and sometimes you can have good surprise and sometimes you can have bad surprises too. So before you buy a scarf, generally always fold it and have a look how it is. And so yeah, in my case, you see it's really red is a dominant color, and then you will have hint of different colors from the machines, the flying things. So yeah, that was my first one. It's very dear to my heart. I just love it. Yeah, it's a special. It has a special place. The first one, right? Then the second one I got, it was a few years later when I started working, and it's this one. Hop-là. It's called Sea, Surf and Fun, and it has little surfs, and you're by the sea with palm trees. It's very nice. I think it's a design, it's from Philippe Rardin, and it's a design they also do for beach towels, which makes complete sense since it's surf and sea topic. As you can see, it's more towards blues and gray. What am I saying? Blues and greens. My first one was red, and so I wanted with the second one to go in a complete different color direction, so that they will complete each other somehow, right? If I want some warm red tones, or if I want more some cold blue and green tones. And yeah, it looks like this. This is the scarf. It's even easier to wear than the other one because it has those shades of blues. So somehow if you wear a jean, then it will almost always match your jean. So yeah, so it's perfect. It will always match your outfit if you have a jean, and you still have this hint of green and pink, which are bringing a bit more color, and it's a very nice, very fun scarf. I wear it a lot when I travel. Sometimes, for example, I can only take one or two scarves. I almost always take this one because I know it's the one which will go with everything. But it's still a bit bright colored, and that's what brings us to the third one I got, which is called A Garden of Shapes. It's from Nigel Peak, and it looks like that. It's called A Garden of Shapes because it's supposed to represent the Tuileries Garden in Paris, but in a most abstract geometrical way with these shapes. and hence the name A Garden of Shapes. So I found it also very nice, reminds me of my hometown. And yeah, the two before were very bright color, and this is more toned down, but still very present. You see, when I put it like that, for example, around my neck, yes, it's not as bright as the other, but you still have this hint of yellow, a bit of orange, and you have a lot of patterns. So it's not discreet. It's not that discreet, I would say, which is nice because yeah, I like also sometimes when I have a very simple look to have a scarf that brings a bit something in it, whether it's a bold color or it's a bit more pattern and shapes and things like that. So yeah, I like this one a lot too. I mean, I'm gonna say that with each of them, I guess, because yeah, I bought them, so I love them. I bought them for a reason. And even though I have some, yeah, as you could see, since more than 10 years, I still love each of them. I have not changed my minds because they are so timeless design, so intemporal, so it always goes. It always works. And the same year as I bought the Garden of Shape, it was really a year where I was looking for basic neutral color. I also bought this one. And this is a very special one too. As you can see, it's also more neutral. It's a lot of white. It's called Della Cavalleria Favolosa. Please excuse my Italian, I'm definitely not Italian. And it's from V. Jamin, I'm not sure how to pronounce the last name because I don't know the citizenship of the designer. Ramin, maybe? Yamin? I'm sorry, I don't know. And yeah, so Della Cavalleria Favolosa, as far as I know, it's basically the fantastic cavalry. And it's all about fantastic animals with riding equipment, so basically, yeah. Fantastic cavalry, fantastic beasts, and it's really nice, very playful, and I will show it to you in this card, and then I will show you what's special about this scarf. So it looks like this. So you can see extremely neutral, even though you saw all those shapes on it when I showed it to you. Once you fold it, white is really dominant. So it's very neutral, very classic, with just hints of colors popping here and there. And if you don't want so many hints of color, and that's what makes this one special, it was one of the first years I did that. Now every year I think they have one or two designs which are like that. It is reversible. On one hand you have it colorful, and the other hand you have it all orange. Because most of the other scarves, when you look at the other side, basically you will have just the same design, just less bright. It's basically the other side of it, and that's it. Whereas this one really has then two colors combination. Either you have colorful or you have it all in the orange tones. And I found this very, very, very nice. And as a Hermès aficionado, let's say, it's a special one. So I was really fascinated by it, and yeah, I went for it. And so, sorry, I did not fold this one properly. Let me fold it properly to show you. Yeah. So now when I wear it just with the orange, it's even more, let's say, discreet, because you still have the white winning a lot, and then you have all these little orange hints. So it's much less colorful, so that's why, I mean, it could be a bit more discreet, but it's just extremely pretty. This is also one I often take with me if I take more scarves, because of the ability to put it on both sides, and it's also more toned down, and compared to the blue one I take with me very often, it's more warm orange tones, and so they complete each other quite well. And with both of them I can normally, at least when I go somewhere for a week or something like that, I can always match most of my outfits. Then the next one I had, I was so happy about this one. I had been looking for this kind of color for many years. It's not so easy. Somehow they don't do this kind of color so often. It is a bright green. Look at that green. Look at that beautiful, rich shade of green. I will put a picture of the whole design, and I'm also just first gonna put a little picture of the color, because I feel like even here in the screen you don't see exactly the real shade, but I managed to take a picture where you see the real shade, so I put it here. and then I will put a color of a picture of the whole scarf design, which I find extremely pretty. It's called Celle des Steppes, and it's from WK, so there is not a full name of the designer here, just the initials. And yeah, it's written here, and yeah, it's Celle is a saddle, so it is a saddle, as you could see on the picture, and the steps, because I think you can see all the flowers inside, and I think the design is inspired from this kind of Mongolian, you know, country style, where they have a lot of wild horses, beautiful things, and so it's inspired from that, hence the name. And when I saw this color, it was so funny because I saw it. I got this little booklet, and I saw it in the little booklet, and I was like, oh my god, this is exactly what I need. Went to Hermès, asked for it. They did not have it. They had some other colors, but not that one. And this is the one I exactly wanted. So I talked a lot with the sales associate. It was a day where I was also buying something else anyway. And I was like, oh, but you know, this bright green, it's so seldom that Hermès does such a bright color. And then she was like, yeah, I know, I'm sorry. Let me check, maybe we can get it, and then I can show it to you, and then you can decide if you want it or not. They were like, yeah, that would be perfect. And it was the beginning of COVID, so it was all a bit complicated also to always go again in the shop. And I was also pregnant with our first child, due to deliver very soon. So it was gonna be complicated for me to go back so fast to the shop. And very nicely, she offered to do a video chat once they got the scarf. And so she called me, made a video of it, showed me the scarf, also made videos of the scarf where she folded it and showed it to me. And I mean, this was extremely nice from her. And yeah, I just love it. And you can see, you can wear it with a bit more green here, or if you want, you can also fold it a bit differently. Green, sorry, it was brown. You can fold it a bit differently, and then you have mostly green. And this is where I say, hey, it's so important to see the scarves folded, because you see, you can have almost only green, or you can also fold it a bit differently, and then you will have a lot of this motif, for example, more apparent. And I just love this color. I have to say, it's not necessarily the one I wear the most, because it's a very, very bright green, and so it will sometimes clash with some other colors I will wear if I wear also very bright outfits. But if I have a very simple neutral outfit, this is almost the one I go for, because it's just so pretty. I love green, and I love this green. Yeah, and so yeah, and they are very, very nice. I mean, the Hermès store here, they are really, really lovely. Then the next one I got is, again, you can see I switch a lot, so I get some red, I get some green, and then I went for some orange and pink tones. After having gone before for a green and blue. And I got this one, hopala, and it's called Faubourg Tropical, and it's more from Octave Marsal and Théo de Gueltz. Faubourg is a reference to the Faubourg Saint-Honoré, which is the address of the biggest at the time, I think, Hermès store, and also the original Hermès store. That's also where, as far as I know, they still produce some of the Hermès goods inside there. They have a floor for it. It's the headquarters, basically, of Hermès. And I've never been there, but as far as I know, it's also the place where on the roof they have a huge, very nice terrace with a garden and everything. And I think they organize some events for VIPs or influencers or special guests there. I don't know, I've never been, but I've seen it sometimes on Instagram, and it looks amazing, it looks beautiful. And yeah, it's called Faubourg Tropical because it's basically, so this place, this headquarter building in the Faubourg, in a tropical environment. So I found it very nice. I wanted a bit more this kind of orange and pink shades. And I wanted something also, after having the one before where you saw you had also a lot of plain color areas. I wanted something with a lot of details. And yeah, I mean, this has a lot of details. And yeah, I love it. I love it so much. And it's just, again, I'm gonna say it's just very pretty, and I love it so much. Sorry for repeating myself, guys. Then I have twos. I bought these two at the same time because it's a bit special. I got them in sales. I was lucky to go to the Hermès sale once, to be invited. Here in Munich, where I live, I did not go to the ones in Paris. I've never been to the ones in Paris. I think there you have to queue forever and everything. Whereas here, you got an invitation and you had to register, so it was easier. You had a time slot, basically. So yeah, and during these sales, I bought these two scarves. One you will recognize, I think. I will also put the picture of it. Oh, let me turn it around. Yeah, again, sea, sex and fun. I went again for it. Again, as I said, I love them. I love the design. And so 7, 8 years later, I bought it again, just in another color. It's completely pink, and I just loved it. And at the moment, you know, to be honest, I'm very happy I have it, because we are a bit in the middle of this Barbie core pink trend and so on. And pink, bright pink is also a color I love anyway, so I'm very happy about this trend. And so at the moment, I'm also wearing it a lot again, because yeah, I love pink generally, and on top of that, it's trendy at the moment, so what else can I ask for? So yeah, I love it. Already told you a bit more details about it before, so I'm not gonna linger on this one more. And the other one I got in the sale is La Maison des Oiseaux Parleurs from Bella Silva. Let me show it to you. It looks like this. And it has little birds on it, and it has different things. So it shows music, you have also text, you also have some mathematical equations. Yeah, it's birds talking, and they are talking about all kind of very knowledgeable topics. Yeah, it's just very pretty. Again, as you can see from what I had before, very different. It's dark blue. So it's also one of my darker scarves. Most of my scarves are very colorful or white or beige, whereas this one is a bit darker, but it still has a bit of light color. You can choose, yeah, when you fold it, what you want to show more of, yeah, as always. But yeah, I love it. I'm actually considering buying more darker scarves. I would like to buy another dark scarf. I think that's what I'm gonna buy this year. Probably I'm gonna wait for this autumn, because I don't know, maybe they will have a bit more darker color choice then, before the winter and everything. And I would like one with a lot of dark gray or black even, because I don't have this kind of colors. It never stops. I can always buy a new one. I will always find shades or motifs or things I don't have. So I think it's a never-ending thing. The next and last one is this one. It's called Le Premier Chant from S. Andreotti. I don't know the first name. It's only written S. Andreotti on the scarf. It's this very nice, bit pastel tones, a bit mint color with blue. It's Le Premier Chant, so it's a person here, maybe a woman, maybe a man, singing, and then out of the song comes all the flowers and animals, birds, wolves, and everything. I found the topic, I mean, to be nice. Why not? But mostly, I have to admit, I love the colors. I was looking for this kind of pastel. I bought it last year, and I was very into this kind of more pastel-y colors. And yeah, again, been wearing it a lot because it goes with everything. And yeah, I just love it. But it has also little hints of colors. Depending on how you fold it, you can show more or less of them. Yeah, again, I love it. I have not much else that I can say. And that's it for the scarves. I'm now gonna show you the few twillies I have. I will be a bit faster because often they don't really have a name, and to be honest, the detailing is not as big, so it goes faster to show them to you. So one of the first one I got was this one. It has this red shade. It's a bit there because of the way I normally tie it. I will make a video about this. Someone requested it in the comments on another one of my video. I will prepare a video for you with the different ways I wear my scarves and my twillies, how I fold them, and everything. So it will be coming in the next weeks. But so yeah, this one is with red, a bit of pink, and on the other side it's like this. I did not cut the label yet. On most of them I end up cutting the label because yeah, the way I wear it I did not have to, so I left it there. This was the first one I got. During the same year I also got that one, which was much more colorful. On this one I did cut the little label, and yeah, it represents horses, which is always for Hermès a big topic. And yeah, I thought it looks nice, you know. I have this mostly red one, and then I had this very colorful one, and I liked it a lot. Then I bought, the third one I bought was this one. This one has a name, it's Bride de Gala, which is also, it exists as scarves. It's a very classic, traditional, kind of iconic, I would say, scarf motif from Hermès. And they also have, like, I think it's a little piece of the design as a twilly. It's very bright pink, and I bought it at the time because I was going for a wedding and I had a bright pink dress, and this was meant to be an accessory to wear with the dress, and it matched perfectly. I was extremely happy. It looked great. Again, I will show you probably in the video where I show you how I wear everything. I will show you, for example, how I wore it. Maybe I will even look for a picture from the day of that wedding, and I will put it. And then the last two ones, I bought them together because I bought them in the same sale event as I mentioned earlier, and I went for the different kind of color schemes. So a gray one with just tiny hints of green, so very neutral, very simple. Yeah, to complement yeah, you can say, right, to complement the ones I had before, which were much more colorful. And I still went for a colorful one because I'm kind of a colorful person. And then there's this one, which is on one side this beautiful, very nice green, and on the other side is very nice orange. And so I loved it because I felt like you can wear it one side or the other, and then you have basically almost two different twillies in one. And I love that, and it looked also so summery, so nice. Yeah, I love it too. Obviously I love all of my scarves and my twillies, and yeah. And that's it, guys. As I said, the collection will keep expanding year after year. Maybe in a few years I will do an update, or I guess when I buy a new one, maybe I will do some unboxing of it, and you can see them little by little as I add them to my collection. And to finish, as promised, I will show you how now I found a good system when you have a lot of scarves. I have two of these things. I bought them on Amazon, very simply. And they are simple as scarf hanger. So I can hang it, I can hang either my twillies, like that, very simple. So I can also put them down. I mean, sometimes I also put several on one of these hooks. And then my scarves, typically I will take the scarf, and either the small one or the big one. Normally what I do is I take a corner, I go through it, I pull through, and then I have it like this. And then I can put several of them here. I can also put them in the small. I will show you. I mean, you can see that there is a lot of space. So obviously this will also fit very well into the big one. So I often do it like that. So I can also see most of the design very well. You could also fold it in another way and just put it through as you wish, whatever is the most comfortable for you. And yeah, because I have a lot of scarves, I have two of these. And this has been great. So at the beginning I just had simply them in the box when I had only 2 or 3. That was easy. Then I went with putting the label there, and I did that until I had, I think, 5, 6. And now I counted them before, I have 9 plus the twillies. And so now I moved on to this other system, because at some point also, how many piles of boxes can you have, and having to go through, I don't have the time for that. And with this system, I feel, hey, I have it upstairs next to where I have also my coats and so on. And before I go out, I will have a look. Okay, I take this bag, I take this coat, I take this scarf, and then I can see really all of them with the colors, and it then makes it even easier for me to decide which one to pick. I will look if I find a link to these ones on Amazon, and I will put it below. Unfortunately, I cannot put links to my scarves because most of them are not available anymore. The design Hermès changes all the time. If you liked one of them, I mean, I have written the name each time. You can Google them. I had a look when I was looking for pictures if I could take some out of the internet, and I saw a lot of them are available secondhand on various kind of secondhand websites. So just Google the name of the scarf you liked, and we'll have a look at what are the available options, what are the colors available, and yeah, hopefully if there is one you really liked, maybe you can find it too. Have a nice day, guys. I put here another video in case you have not seen it yet, and here if you want to subscribe to my channel and see more of the videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.